Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well and have had a good week. This week I'm bringing you a makeup look, a Valentine's Day inspired makeup look. Now I know we're not wearing makeup at the moment, or if we are, we're wearing very little, but if you are craving getting dressed up, doing your makeup, doing your hair, then Valentine's Day this year I feel is a perfect excuse to do just that. And I know that when I do make an effort to put a little bit of makeup on at the moment in lockdown, I do feel a little bit brighter and a little bit better about myself. So yeah, I thought I'd bring you this makeup look inspired by Valentine's Day. Slightly pinky eyeshadow, a pink lip, but very natural, and all natural makeup products, of course, because everything I've used today, brushes, products, everything, of course, is Tropic skincare. So if you would like to know how I achieved this makeup look, then please keep watching. So to start with, I have done my skincare already. I won't go through that with you, but I will link my morning skincare routine down below. I did film it about a year ago, but it's pretty much the same. I do have a bit of sun drops on though, which I applied yesterday morning. So that's why I have a little bit more colour to my face. But yeah, I'll link my morning skincare routine down below for you, so you can see kind of what I do before I apply makeup. Yeah, I'll just get straight into the video and show you a nice little makeup look that you could maybe try for Valentine's Day. Obviously all with Tropic skincare makeup. Now, as I usually mention in my makeup videos, I am not a pro. I have done a basic makeup course, but that by no means makes me a pro. So bear with me. Things might not go seamlessly, but we shall see. I'm not one for loads of contouring. I'm not one for heavy makeup, which is absolutely why I love Tropic skincare makeup, because it feels really light on your face. It does give you a lovely coverage. And to be honest, if you're using Tropic skincare, then you don't really want to cover up your skin. I know most people I know want to be able to see their natural skin through their makeup because they take the time to look after their skin, so why completely cover it all up? We're just going to enhance what we have, and yeah, let's get going. So I am going to try something a little bit different today, which I have seen on a video from Bryony Blake. If you don't know who Bryony Blake is, I will link her Instagram down below. She is a celebrity makeup artist. She is a pro at all of this, and she helped launch Tropic skincare makeup when it came out last year, and she was showing us how to use it, how to apply it, little tips and tricks. And one of the little tips and tricks that she had was to use our beautiful Rainforest Dew hydration serum as a primer. So if you like a glowy, sort of dewy finish to your makeup, she said to apply this just before you put your makeup on. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. I've not tried this before, but I'm going to try it today. So I'm just going to pat that in all over my face, down my neck, and it sinks in really beautifully. Now, if you want the full benefit from this for your skin, the Rainforest Dew is best to apply before your moisturiser, but I'm applying it more so today as a primer for my makeup, so that's why I'm applying it now after my moisturiser. Something else which is amazing as a makeup primer, but I'm not using it today, but I usually would, is the Sunday Facial UV Defense cream that Tropic have. It's absolutely beautiful. It is SPF 50, which even if you're going out on these gloomy days, make sure you've got your SPF on. That is another fab one as a makeup primer. So following my Rainforest Dew serum that I've just popped on my face, I'm going to go in with a Beauty Booster in shade Barely Nude. Now I just like to pop this on the back of my hand. I mean, everybody has their different sort of ways they like to do things, so it might not be exactly the same as mine, and everyone does it slightly different, even the pros, to be honest. But this is what I like to do. Put it on the back of my hand a little bit, and then I pop it. I like to apply it with a beauty blender. I think in past videos I have used the Kabuki brush, the short stubby one, but I'm really loving using a beauty blender at the moment, as I feel like I just get a more even finish with it, and a more flawless finish than I do with a brush. So this is what I'm loving at the moment. Make sure you dampen your beauty blender as well, which is another really good tip that I've picked up along the way. You can either dampen it just under the tap and, you know, squeeze it out, or you can use our vitamin toner, is another really good way to dampen your beauty blenders. And then you can just keep dabbing just to blend it in even more. You can apply a bit more if you want, but I just put that little 5p piece, I would say, on the back of my hand, and that pretty much does my whole face, and just evens out my skin tone, any redness or areas that I tend to get, then it just evens it out. And as you can see already, my face is pretty much all like even now. You'll have to excuse me with the light. I feel like makeup videos are really difficult to film with light, especially with the weather in England at the moment. I woke up and it was so foggy this morning, and now the sun is beaming through. I've had to pull my curtain halfway across, otherwise I'm blinded and you literally can't see anything. And then a cloud will come and it will go really grey, so just bear with the lighting. I'm doing the best I can. I feel like I always apologise for my lighting in makeup videos, because I feel like the lighting is so important for you to be able to see what I'm doing, but we're going to go with it and make the best of the English weather. So next up, your options really, if you want to sort of mattify it, you could leave it like this, but I quite like to mattify the Beauty Booster a little bit, because I've got quite oily skin anyway. So I like to mattify it with a powder. Now your choices when it comes to Tropic powder are either your mineral foundation, which you can apply on your own, on its own, and it gives you a lovely coverage. If you prefer a powder to the Beauty Booster that I put on, the cream, you can use this instead of what I've just applied, or you can use it as well as and apply it over the top for a bit more coverage, or what I quite like to use most of the time is the Soft Focus, which is a really lovely powder. It doesn't really give you more coverage, it just sort of takes away the shininess from your face, and I concentrate on the areas that I get more oily, so mine would be my T-zone, particularly my forehead. So I tend to apply it everywhere, but just concentrate on those areas where I would get more shiny throughout the day. Today my skin's pretty good at the moment, so I don't feel like I need more coverage. I want my natural skin to come through, so I'm going to go with the Soft Focus. To apply this, I absolutely love this Kabuki brush. Oh, you can see the powder coming off from my last application. It is super soft. It looks like a shaving brush, I know, but it is for your powder, and I absolutely love this. It's the softest brush ever, and it applies our powder so beautifully. I use shade Light in this, and as you can see, it comes there with a little net so you don't get too much, but this is a really light powder, so you only need to really lightly touch it with your brush, because quite a bit does come off, and then just tap off the excess. You can probably see a cloud of it coming up there, and then just dust it over areas that you'd like. So I lightly dust it all over, to be honest, but particularly paying attention to the shininess on my forehead and down my T-zone. But because this is so light, if you do get shiny and a bit oily throughout the day, this is great if you wanted to reapply it, because it's not going to feel cakey on your face like before I used Tropic a lot of powders did to me. And if I'm applying it in the morning, by, I don't know, mid-afternoon, I'm like, I just want to get this makeup off my face, because it would just feel really thick and like your skin just needs to breathe. Whereas I feel like with Tropic makeup, your skin can breathe really nicely, and I don't get that feeling that I need to get it off. Obviously I always do before I go to bed because it's great for your skin to do that, but I never get that, oh, I just need to get my makeup off my face with this. So that's literally it. I've applied it everywhere, just a light dusting. This, like I said, this brush is so compact and so good that you don't need to like blend it loads. It's just a light dusting, and it just, I don't know if you can see there, but it's mattified my face. It's not so shiny, and it gives a really nice finish, I think. So I know some people like to do their makeup differently. Some start with their eyebrows and do their eyes first, but I like to do my base first. That even includes like my bronzer and blusher and everything, and then I do my eyes. I don't wear loads of eyeshadow anyway, so but I am going to experiment a little bit with eyeshadow today for you for this Valentine's Day look. So I'm going to do my bronzer next. I really like to use bronzer because at the moment my face is just all one colour, and I'm quite pale anyway, so I like to use bronzer to sort of brighten my face up and put my bronzer kind of like a contour, but it's not as fussy as contouring, and I just put it where the sun would naturally hit me. So when the summer comes, where I would naturally get a bit of colour and a glow, so I put it around. I know that I've heard before that you do it in like a 3, so on your forehead, your cheekbone, and then under your jawline. So that's kind of what I do, and sometimes I put a little dusting on my nose as well. And to do this, I like to use the Face Precision brush, which is double-ended, which is amazing. You get 2 brushes in one. And I like to use this sort of, there's a stubby end and a pointier end. I like to use the pointier end because I feel like you can get more precision with it, which is probably why it's called a precision face brush. So I'm using my new palette. Look how lovely that looks. I've got bronzer, I've got concealer, blusher and highlighter in this one. It is so exciting getting a new palette. If you don't have a makeup palette, you need to get one of these in your life. You can literally customize the palettes to suit you, so what you use. I know before, buying other makeup brands, you buy an eyeshadow palette for example, and you use 1 or 2 out of the whole palette, so it's such a waste of money. You're paying for the 4 or 6 or however many shades are in that palette, but you're only using a couple of them. Whereas with this, you can literally customize it to use the products and the shades that you want, and you can swap them in and out. You can have different combinations. So my other one, which is older and a bit tattier inside, it's more used, more loved, has slightly different combinations. So I've got my brow pomade, I've got an eyeshadow, I've got concealer, I've got highlighter, and I've got a blush, a cream blush. So, and you can see how much I use each product. That one there is new. I've just transferred that in, replaced it. So yeah, you don't waste anything with these palettes. They're amazing. Getting some bronzer on that brush, I'm just going to lightly go round the top of my forehead. Another great thing about these palettes is the mirror at the top is so big that I have a little mirror here that I'm using, but I find that I often go to the mirror on the palette because you can get it closer to your face, which is great when we're allowed to travel again. You've always got a decent sized mirror with you wherever you go. So like I said, I'm just going around that 3 shape like that, just on my cheekbone there. So like my cheekbone to the top of my ear, I like to put it there. If you've struggled to find where your cheekbone is, just suck in your cheek. So I put it there, I put it around here, and then down like that. So the shade that I'm using for the bronzer is Barley Bronze, because I feel like that's more of like the sort of colour that I would go when the sun hits me. It's more like a, not orange, but like a more of a, yeah, like an orangey bronze. I wouldn't go really dark like brown. I go more of like a fake tan kind of colour, I guess, when the sun hits me, because I am fairer, I'm a redhead. So yeah, that's the colour that I like to go in with. And like I said, sometimes I put some down the centre of my nose as well. Again, just where the sun would hit me. I don't contour my nose and do all that kind of stuff. I like to, although I do like to wear makeup and I like to enhance what I have, I'm not one for spending an hour on my makeup or yeah, a super long time on my makeup at all. I like simple but effective. I like my headband, by the way. It's a Tropic one. I haven't used it that much, but I got it a while ago as an incentive for us ambassadors, and I love it for doing, like when I do a face mask or doing makeup. It's really tropical. Obviously it was sent to us by Tropic. Unfortunately you can't buy it, but you'd have to become an ambassador to do that. But I absolutely love the incentives that they give you. They're brilliant. So next up, I'm going in with blusher. And I'm really loving this Peony Pop. It came out in March and I really love it. It's a powder blush. It is very pigmented, so just go light on your brush. I'm using the powder brush for this, which is a nice big brush there. And then if you want to know where to put this, just smile and the apples of your cheeks, and then smile and relax, because then your cheek drops down, like the apple of your cheek drops down a little bit lower. So I'm just gonna pat it on there, sort of brush it out, and you can see that already, can you? So you can see how pigmented it is, and I only put a very small amount on my brush, so you can see you don't need too much. But if you do put too much, you can always sort of blend it out and go back in with a little bit of powder over the top, I find, so you don't end up looking like a clown. Again, sometimes just to give myself a bit of colour where the sun would hit me again, I might put a little bit on my nose as well. I'm not saying this is the right way, but this is Charlotte's way. There we go. So you can see it's sort of lifted my face from being all one colour. I now got a bit of colour around the side edges of my face, and I've got a little bit of colour to my cheeks now. I've just seen this in my makeup bag and just realised that I've completely forgotten to put concealer on. To be fair, concealer like on my face I don't feel like I need, because like I said, my skin's pretty good, and obviously my serums are working, because I don't feel like looking in the screen on my camera, I don't feel like I look that tired, so I've obviously just missed the concealer step, but I'm gonna do it. Ideally I would do this after I've done my beauty booster and then I would apply it, but we roll with the punches. Like I said at the start, this might not go perfect, but I'm basically taking my Illuma. It's okay, it's just above my blusher, and I didn't really put powder under my eyes anyway. And again, I'll take my beauty blender and I'll just pat that out. I don't know how these girls do it without pulling crazy faces. I just cannot do it. I might take it on the top of my eyelid as well, just to sort of even out the colour of my eyelid. And this Illuma is really great for brightening your under eyes, brightening your eyes up. So you don't want to put this Illuma on any blemishes you have, because it's not to conceal blemishes, it brightens. So you put it on the area that you want to brighten up. As you can use it as a highlighter. You can also use a darker shade of the Illuma to contour if you like to contour. So that's another really good tip. So yeah, that is our Illuma, and I absolutely love this concealer. I do use it all the time. I'm just can't put makeup on and talk at the same time, which is probably why a lot of my makeup videos I do voiceovers. But this I use shade Latte in the Illuma. If I did have any blemishes that I wanted to cover, what I would do is, before I apply my powder, I would use the small detailing brush and I would go in with the cream, undercover cream concealer, which you can also use under your eyes, but I like to use this one particularly on any blemishes I have. But like I say, I don't think I need it this time, so I'm not going to apply that, but that's something that you can use, and that's something I have in my palette and use a lot of if I have areas that I want to sort of conceal and I don't want to brighten. Next up, I'm going to go in with my 3-in-1 brush. As you know, if you've been following me a little while, then this is one of my favourite brushes, if not my favourite brush from Tropic, because you get 3-in-1. So this is a little spoolie brush which I use to brush up my eyebrows. I have had my eyebrows microbladed before, so they do have a really good shape, but I've not had them microbladed for probably, must be at least like 4 years now. I can't even remember, but so I just brush that up with the spoolie end. If you like powder for your eyebrows, then it has this powder brush here, but I like to go in with pomade, so I use this angled brush on the other end. And then my other palette, I go in with Willow Bark brow pomade, which is here. I just sweep it on both sides of the brush like so, and then I don't stroke it all across. I do little strokes just to fill in the gaps of my eyebrows, because like I said, I've got it done years ago, so I do have gaps, so I just like to fill them in. What I love about this angled brush as well, particularly for your eyebrows, is that when you bring it down to a point, you don't bring it down really thick. It comes down to a point really nicely, and it makes it really easy with this brush. Another really good thing I was told once about eyebrows is, I know people want them to match, but they are sisters, they are not twins. So although they should look very similar, that don't kill yourself trying to get them to look perfectly symmetrical, because it's not going to happen. They should be sisters, not twins. Now I'm going to go in with eyeshadow. Now this is the make or break part. I am getting better with eyeshadow, but let me just have a look at my colours. So because we're going for a Valentine's makeup look, I'm gonna go for sort of pinky shades, and shades that I am loving at the moment that are quite pinky from Tropic are, I like to go in with a neutral colour pretty much on my whole eyelid, and I love Oatmeal for that. Which I think I am going to use today. And then I love Aura for a bit of shimmery pink. You can see that there. That's shade Aura. And we're just going to see how it goes. So like I said, I'm going to go in with shade Oatmeal, which is this one just here, which is a nice shimmery sort of nude. And I'm going to put that all over my eyelid. In fact, I'm going to use this mirror. And to do that, I'm going to use the flat detailing brush. It has a bigger end and a smaller end, so I'm using the smaller end for this one. There we go. I might zoom you in a little bit. Can I zoom you in a little bit so you can see a bit closer for the eyeshadow part? There we go, close up of my face. So I've applied Oatmeal, so you can probably see it just there, and I've applied it to probably about here. I have quite a big gap between my eyebrow and my like lash line, so I've been told that I can take it up quite high. So with colour especially, obviously you can take this as high as you like. You could take this all the way to your brow bone if you wanted to. So next up I'm going to go in with the shade Aura, which is the one I showed you, the pinky shimmery one. And I'm going to initially, I'm going to use the eyeshadow brush. So again, it has two ends. It's great that most of Tropic brushes are double-ended. And it has this fluffy one here, and it has this sort of pointy, sort of pencil-like one this end. So to start with, I'm going to use this end, the pointier end, to just sort of line where I want to put it. And how I do this, I do like a side V, so I'll go in from sort of where the dip of my crease is, down to my lash line, and then I take it into my crease as well, so it's like a sideways V, and I line it like that so it's guided where I want this colour to go. And like I said, I can take it a bit higher because I've got quite a big gap. So I take it onto my bone, you can see there in the crease. Take it up quite high because then when my eyes are open, you can still see it. And then once I've applied that, I use the other end, the fluffier end, to blend it in. And the good thing about eyeshadow is that you can always tidy it up with blending, so don't worry too much about it. I used to like get really worried about eyeshadow and like, oh my gosh, I've done it all wrong, or it doesn't quite look right. Just, if it doesn't quite look right, just keep blending. To brighten up my lid a little bit, I'm going to go in with Marula. I will of course link all these colours below, so don't worry about remembering them. I will link them in the description box below. I'm going back in with my flat detailing brush, the smaller end that I applied oatmeal with, and I'm just going to apply that in the centre of my lid, just to sort of blend the pinky colour, the aura and the oatmeal. Just brighten up my eyelid a little bit more. So just giving a subtle pink colour. I don't like it too much. Now I'm going to go in with eyebrow pencil and line my lash line. And for that I'm going to use the eyeliner from Tropic in black. What's great about this is you twist the end and it comes up there. And if you want to sharpen it, it has a little sharpener. You pull it out the end, it has a little sharpener there that you can just pop on the end and twist, and it just sharpens it up for you. 2 in 1. So clever. Now with eyeliner, this goes on really nice and smooth, but I like to do this again rather than just one big line, because I'm going to mess it up if I do that. I like to do this in little stages, so bear with me. I won't be talking during this. There we go, so I've done that side, and actually I'm really pleased with how it went on. Before I used Tropic, I used to prefer a liquid eyeliner, because pencils, I felt like you had to really like go hard at it to get any pigmentation to come off on your eye, and it always scared me writing in my eye with a pencil. But this just comes off really nicely, and you just do it a little bit by little bit, and yeah, you get a really nice line. So I'm going to go and do the other one. Next up, I think I'm just going to take Aura, the shimmery pink one, with the pencil kind of brush. And I'm just going to take that under my eye, under my lower lash line, just to bring in the eyeshadow that's on my eyelid and put it underneath. There we go. I'm just going to take my kabuki brush and just go under my eyes and wipe away any particles that have dropped down. And there we go. Next up, I'm going to go in with mascara. Now, because we're going for Valentine's Day, we're going to go all out, and I'm going to use the Fixing Gel Mascara and the Extension Fibres. I use shade Black. And you know how to apply mascara, just sweep it up. And then I'll come back and show you the Extension Fibres. Layer of the fixing gel. You see the difference there. This one doesn't have any and this one does, so you can see just the effect that the fixing gel has. And I haven't had my eyelashes LVL like curled for a couple of months, 3 months maybe, so you can see them there nicely. Then I'm going to go in with the extension fibres, and with these I just apply them to the tips of my lashes rather than going from the base up like you would with your mascara. I just apply them to the tips. This just gives you that false lash effect. And then once you've applied your extension fibres, go back in with your fixing gel and do another coat. go. There's a coat over the extension fibres. I've just put a little bit on my lower lashes as well. You can see how that really opens up your eyes. So I'm really happy with that. Nice and subtle, but a little bit of pink. So if you're not used to wearing eyeshadow, this is quite a nice look, I think, for you to go for, because it's not too in your face, but gives you a bit of shimmer, a little bit of something different, makes you feel a little bit nicer than a normal day, but isn't drastic either. So next up, I'm going to go in with the highlighter. So I'm going to put it on my cheekbone. I'm going to put a little bit down my nose, just wherever I fancy it really, maybe my Cupid's bow. But I'm going to apply it with the blush brush that or the powder brush that I used earlier for my blusher. And I'm going to use, and I don't think I've used this before, but it's in my new palette, I'm going to use Afterglow highlighter. So I'm going to see how I get on with this one. It's a nice light one. I'm not going to go in with too much to start with and just see what it's like. You can see it there. So I put a tiny bit on, so it is quite pigmented. But I'm going to go a little bit more. And I just bring it right up here, but you don't want to overload it too much. You just want, again, it's where the sun would hit you and give you that glow. So yeah, you can see it there really nicely. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Very pretty. Just gives you a bit of a shimmer. And then I'm going to apply a little bit down my nose. I'm just going to take my finger for this. And the bridge of my nose. And I see people do a little dot there. I guess it's where, again, the light would hit you on the tip of your nose. And I do like it on the Cupid's bow of my top lip. You can also put it here. In fact, I am going to put it there. Again, I'm just going to use my finger because I can't be bothered to get a brush out of my makeup bag. I'm going to put it on my brow, but just below my eyebrow. There we go. Yeah, like that. And last but not least, it's got to be my favourite part of doing makeup, is lipstick. Now, I think it's just because it brings the whole thing together. I don't always wear lipstick. Sometimes I do go for a gloss or just a lip fudge, but on occasions where I'm getting a bit more dressed up, I will usually go for a lipstick. I am more of a lipstick girl, I would say, than I am a lip gloss girl. It used to be the other way around, but I absolutely adore Tropic lipsticks. So, to start with, I am going to line my lips. Now, we have Tropic have 4 lip liners, and I have all 4. We've got shade Bold, which is the red one, shade Dare, which is slightly darker brown, shade Stripped, which is sort of the lighter brown, and then I would say Flirt is more of a pinky sort of nude colour. I guess I need to suss out which lipstick I'm going to wear first. I have decided I'm going to go for Peony Pop, which is this beautiful pinky nude. And so the lip liner I'm going to use along with that, oh, just lost a lid, is going to be Flirt. So I'll take Flirt and just line the outside of my lips. So I've lined my lips with Flirt, and I've also sort of drawn them in a little bit as well on the inside, because I find that this really helps your lipstick to stay, and yeah, just makes it last a lot longer. So I've applied that, and now I'm going to go in with Peony Pop. There we go. A really beautiful sort of pinky nude, so it stands out a bit more. It's not a red, it's not really bright in your face, but a little bit more special than you would probably wear day to day. my day-to-day one, like go-to, it's got to be Lush Lychee. But this is a bit more, a bit brighter, and yeah, really like it. Something else I do quite like to do, more so if I'm going out than if I'm like day to day, or a bit more special. Obviously we're not going out for Valentine's Day, but a bit more special, is I do like to put a bit of lip gloss over the top. So I think I might put a little bit of the Rose Blossom just over the top, just to give it a bit more. It's quite like sort of satin sort of finish anyway, this lipstick, but I'm gonna give it a go. I quite like that. Like I said, I do that a couple, I have done that before. Like I've put the Scarlet Shimmer over the Hot Poppy, and I've put Velvet Peach over like Lush Lychee and stuff. So yeah, I do quite like combining the two sometimes as well. So that is the finished makeup look. And yeah, I really like it. I'm quite pleased. So I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to get a nicer top on that I would wear for Valentine's Day, and I will come back to you. Just like that, I am ready to go for Valentine's Day. Yes, I'm a week early, but this is the sort of thing that I think I will be wearing Valentine's Day next week, and I feel pretty glam. Now I'm gonna go down to my sofa and watch telly and Netflix and not do much else for the rest of the day. But if you are planning something nice, whether you're cooking for your partner, whether your partner is cooking for you on Valentine's Day next Sunday, then I hope this makeup look and doing it with me was helpful, and you found it useful and enjoyed watching. Thank you very much if you made it to the end of my makeup, I don't know if I can call it a tutorial, can we? But showing you how I do my makeup, which isn't the easiest when you're talking and doing it at the same time. Clearly, as I forgot my Illuma. But yeah, thank you as always for watching and supporting me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, as it really does help my channel out. And I look forward to seeing you again here for more. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, as I do bring a new video every Sunday, and I'm just loving sharing all things Tropic skincare, makeup, and just what happens in the day of the life of Charlotte Jordan, basically. And I love that so many of you now, we're over 500, are enjoying it as well and coming along on my life journeys and all things Tropic skincare with me. So thank you very much everybody, and I shall see you next Sunday.